7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Man, oh man, oh man. Man.
How many mans you got? That was 4.
No, I like to stretch it out
Man,
sometimes.
Oh man.
Oh,
How come you never do
man.
woman?
Too much to say.
That there's women on the show.
Too many
can't
syllables. Too many syllables.
Well, you go, whoa,
man.
whoa, man. Whoa, man.
Wednesday night, it's
What?
Weeby Taylor. Man. We're going to have a good show for you tonight, or we'll try to have a good show for you tonight. You know how this thing goes.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
You do it.
Whether or not we have a good show is determined by the people there on our right. I don't know if it's your right or the left. I'm sure it's your right, the way you see it as well. You know, our commenters, our people watching the show, they determine whether or not we're having a good show. And by gosh, we're going to try. It's on the right. You've confirmed it is on the right.
It's on the right.
Hoot, there it is. All right. Well, let's see what we got going on. We're shooting in our super secret studio.
Yeah, I can't believe we had to move it because somebody found it.
Yeah.
That sucked.
We got a little bit of weekend fishing. We got some spotted by Captain's Corners. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4, John. Let's see. Our topic of the evening, we're just take some fishing questions, see what's going on out there. Other than that, like I said, it's just going to be a happy-go-lucky show. We're happy to have everybody with us here tonight. You know, it's Wednesday. What else are you going to do, right? You don't know? Confused? What happened? Hi. Let's look and see if anybody's even tuning in. These people here on the right. Let's see. So I know it looks like to you guys that Rick is the first commenter on there, but believe it or not, Dale, of all people, John, Dale finally, number one, beat her out. And I took a picture of it just
Did he tie her up so he could beat her?
I don't know what that'll show up as, or if that looks good or do whatever, but that is what it looked like prior.
I can't tell what the heck that says.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it said Dale in there somewhere.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I call shade.
So Dale did beat Denise, believe it or not, in the first of the comments.
Did he go to nefarious activities to beat Denise? I mean, did he send Denise out to Burger King to get him some food and then say, boom, I'm commenting, watch it go? I mean, what kind of nefarious techniques did Dale use to become number one?
He may have hit her phone. I don't know.
She
was a close second.
Wrong.
She was a close second.
See, he done something.
So he gave it back to her as soon as he was done commenting. I'm guessing, hey, look what I found.
It was in the crack of the couch. Oh, man.
But Rick was in a good close third right there. Rick says, I hope they chat about inshore a little because my best spots ain't happening this week. All right.
I know where the catfish are, Rick.
Yeah.
I can put him on them.
I was looking
so,
for them. Yeah.
You don't know where they're
when
at.
you want to catch them, you can't seem to get them, but that's all right. Let's see. Jim of Jim's Jigs is on. I talked to him this week. Doug, what's happening, buddy? Chris, good evening.
Saw them Jim Jigs at Cap's Cove. They're on the top shelf.
They are.
They are up at the top shelf at Captain's Cove. Isn't that funny?
They are.
How times are changing.
Rick says it's freaking hot. Chris says,
hot.
don't even talk to me about that. Yeah, not only is it hot, but then Chris is standing over a lightning rod, doing his thing. Bonnie, what's happening? Jessica's just almost to the ramp, I think it says. She's always on the water. Tyler, what's up, buddy? Christy's on. Hey, that John King fella's watching. Kenneth is on. What's up, buddy? I'm not ready for a good show. Yeah. I need to get my crown
Ain't
ready.
yet.
All right, Tyler, we're going to give you just a little bit. Remember, the more you drink, the funnier we are. Let's see. Depends on the laugh meter. Kev Dog says, duh. Kev Dog, I heard that was an interesting game last night.
Oh, man, we had our butts handed to us.
If I walk out on the street and turn to the right, what did I see?
Hey, Kevin, did you have a good time with that last night? Because, man, I fell asleep. I just, that was probably the worst one we've done yet. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was horrible.
Oh, what? Look, Dale even come and says Chris beat him, so Dale wasn't the first.
Oh,
what?
Wow. Get out of here.
Denise was at the doctor's.
See,
no.
I told you Dale did something to her to get her out of there. That's the only way he can beat Denise.
Yeah. Chris says I wasn't going to say anything.
She let him win. Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it.
Oh, Donna's on. What's up?
No stolen valor here.
Yeah.
Donna's backing a boat up.
Kevin said it wasn't so fun.
Yeah. Wasn't. I mean, jeez.
You should have come played music bingo.
We should have played music bingo, man. Golly.
It was, we had a good time where we were.
I mean, we relived somebody else's vacation. How can you have any fun in that?
Is that as bad as back in the day? Before computers, before all that, you'd have to go and watch the little projector. What was it? The reels.
Oh,
where the
oh my God!
You'd hit the button and another picture would come up and it'd shine the light on the wall.
Carousel pictures.
Yep. That's Dale. What was that called?
Kodak moments. Those were Kodak moments.
A slideshow.
Slideshow.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
you see a slideshow of your vacation to the Smoky Mountains or whatever.
Back in the day. Yeah, back in the day. We did those at school back in the day.
Yeah. Shout out to Lake Weir Marine. Got my Simmons tuned up and ready to fish again. Well, damn it,
slideshow, Dale.
Jeff, you were supposed to give us an advantage there, Jeff. You're just helping them out.
Yeah, detune that boat. Take the tune out of that thing.
I just want to be able to pass them one day.
Make it a normal boat. These go fast boats.
Oh, mercy. I'm just jealous. I can't lie.
It's not how fast you drive your boat.
No.
It's how fast you get there to the spot to get the fish for somebody else. How fast you fish.
We could just get the chopper to come and pick us up
and drop us there before they get there. Wouldn't that be funny? Be sitting there and going, hey, what's up, bros?
Then we got some. I don't think that's in the rules. There's
Yeah,
nothing I saw about a helicopter.
The rules. Said helicopter can't drop you off.
Can't use drones. Dale, you didn't beep. Okay. Should be beeping, Dale. Were you backing up? I don't get it.
Yeah, Donna's out there in the yard backing the boat up. Dale drives by. He sees her out there in the yard. So you give her a beep. I've beeped at her before.
Looks like Frost is on. There we go. All right, so we got a shot in the knee.
She's getting that cortisone. Woo! Cortisol or whatever it is.
You all have that. All right. Well, John, we're going to get started. Looks like we got some people on here.
I didn't shoot her either. God dang. That's funny.
John, we always start off talking about the Blackwater Fishing Club and Social Club. Social Club, don't forget that social part. That's a very important part of the club. They have their meetings the first Thursday of every month, followed by the tournament on Saturday. And, John, I hate to admit it, but May's already almost gone. I mean, we're knocking on June. June is right around the corner.
We got a 3-day weekend coming up. We got just all kinds of goodies. I think snapper season starts this weekend for just goofy people like us. That'll be interesting.
The Memorial Day weekend, I guess that, for
recreation,
something like that.
I don't even keep up with the stuff.
Yeah, now by all means, make sure you check your regulations.
Check the regulations on that because I don't even know anymore.
This is something totally off this is something new that they've done. So
there was a governor that lifted his state's moratorium. He went all year long on red snapper for 3 miles and in.
Yeah.
So evidently, whatever state he has, they must be able to catch red snapper between 3 miles and in. State waters for him. So what, I don't know. I forget what governor I was reading about it, but it was a long story about, hey man, what the heck?
3 miles in, we might be able to get a mangrove snapper.
If we're lucky.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe a keeper mangrove snapper. Oh man, I tell you, some of the changes that are coming down the lines are pretty crazy.
Yep. So John, speaking of end of the month things, the last Tuesday of every month, Captain Mario's Fish Talk seminars over there at the good old Cedar River Seafood. Go see Harry and Jenna over there.
I might have to go to that.
Yeah.
I haven't been to one in a long time. Maybe I'll go to one.
Yeah, well, after your last experience with
after the last experience with the, hey, take a left, and then I went through a door, and I went right, and there it was. There what was. I don't care what it was.
Yep. Oh, they're still talking about honking, John. So, you know who he's got as a guest this month?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say a girl.
It is a girl.
A lady. My bad.
It is a lady.
A lady.
You know which one?
If I had to guess, I would go with the CA lady.
Which one? So many.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it starts with an L.
Yeah, you're not doing too shabby.
Am I getting there?
So it is going to be Lisa Fitzgerald. I think Mario said he was going to make the post tonight. Nice. I got on the phone. I said, "Hey, look, bro, it's about that time. Who you got? Who you got? You don't got it posted yet."
Who you got?
He says, "I've been very busy." I said, "Okay, I got you. Nice. I got you. Yeah." So Lisa Fitzgerald. Guys, get over there. What is that? Tuesday night. So not this Tuesday, but let's see. What's that going to be? That'll be the 27th. What's that?
I said you should always beep, Dale. Donna says.
Always beep.
Yeah, but see, Donna's got all them men driving by and going, dude, woo, dude.
People don't do that anymore, John.
They don't. That's right.
No,
that's
you can't catcall anymore. That's a hate crime.
Yeah, can't catcall the women anymore.
That's a hate crime.
Yeah. No catcalling Donna. Don't be catcalling Donna.
You can't do these things anymore. Yeah, that's
oh man, that's funny. No catcalling. Oh
no, I get nervous when people honk when they go by. I'm like, what is it?
What did I do? Yeah. When guys get beeped at, it's like, what have I done? Oh, man.
That's like the warning shot.
Yeah. Oh, man. Did the boat go over too far and you're late? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So, we be honkers.
Yeah.
We be honkies.
So John,
white honkies.
We talked about this a little bit last week, and I think we are.
Denise beeps at her. Denise beeps at Donna.
we are officially 100% on the calendar, John, for June 28th for the Summer Bash.
Who's the fat guy on the right?
I don't know, somebody that likes music and grouper.
I don't know. Fat dude on the right.
It's the Big Lebowski.
He's kind of sharp. He's kind of sharp looking until he get to that belly. He's got a grouper. He's the grouper snooper.
Oh, mercy. But yeah, so the Summer Bash, June 28th. I don't know that we've had a Summer Bash.
We've never had a summer
the Spring
bash.
Fling,
and
we
haven't done any bashing.
But
I'm ready to bash.
And what was the other one?
Spring Fling.
Spring Fling and a hootenanny, not a hootenanny. I hate going live again. I feel like Biden.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Jerry Garcia in a UA shirt.
What did we call the damn thing? Not a hootenanny, a
shindig.
Shindig.
Yeah, there it came.
Yep,
I like bash better. Let's bash.
They're going to go back to these videos someday and see this is where it all started. they knew he was losing his mind back then. Thank you, Laura.
See, Laura remembers Shindig.
Yep, there you go. Good deal. So we're going to have a good time. Man, it's just going to be a summer party. Going to be hot.
Nanny.
Going to be hot. Be upstairs probably there at the Blackwater, and we're going to have some fun. You know how we do. We're gonna have some games. We're gonna have some talkings. Everybody getting to know one another and sharing, their latest fishing recipes and fishing spots. And there'll be plenty of that. I'm sure we'll be out there, trying to wrangle up you guys something nice to raffle. We'll see what we can come up with. We'll see what happens. As Rick says, we always have a nice spread. We'll see if we can keep that trend going. But yeah, make sure you get it on the calendars. You don't get a place to stay. John is opening up his floor for you guys to lay down, to spend the night there. He's just, well, how many houses down? Where you at?
23 houses down on the right. Feel free to walk right in.
You're gonna get our table
on the water.
Shot. Yeah,
on the water.
On the water side.
On the water side.
So that should be a lot of fun. I don't know if you've never been to one. It's really kind of hard to explain what goes on. But we do some mingling. We play some games. Everybody laughs, and then we do some raffling and then a lot of people will end the party there, and we dance it up for a little bit after that, and then we take it out. Normally, we go to the porch and have the porch party once they kick us out the inside. So, okay, we can start the party now. I guess Casey's here. It started worse than this with the flip phones and Facebook. What happened there? I don't know. I get lost. I get lost in the comments, John. I get lost.
Yeah, I got lost. I know it's not what anybody talks about.
No. John, it's shameless plug time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who is that guy?
If you like, that's that DJ Captain Shasty right there. If you guys like music and sing-alongs and winning prizes, you need to come to Cedar River Seafood, the Bowie Bar, and/or the Nature Coast Bar and Grill. Come check out some music bingo. We have lots of fun.
I tell you what, the people who do show up have fun. They're like, this really is cool. It's kind of fun. And then it becomes special names like the Bait Shop Hater and, the Big Floppies and Droopy Balls. And, we got all kinds of cool ones. Yep. Yep. Big Baller. We got names.
I'm trying to think of what was Andrew's last one.
Droopy Balls?
No, because everybody said Yummer was really enjoying saying it. Damn, I don't know.
I can't remember.
It was pretty good,
but it was funny.
It was good.
Yeah, it was funny.
Good. It was.
Oh man,
it was good, John. Not gonna lie, it was pretty funny. Let's say, take a look here real quick. Make sure we are still. Yeah, John. We're not done plugging yet.
Yeah,
we're not done plugging
yet. You gotta do more shameful plugs.
Yeah.
Let's go catch a.
I'm a struggling fishing captain / DJ / construction worker /
You're now a you bury people, you marry people, you
done that.
You're a grave digger. You're all kinds of crazy things.
I have dug a few graves.
See?
Yeah. I have.
The jack of all trades.
Not saying what went in there, but I have dug a few. Speed dating, something like that. Oh,
speed dating.
I thought this was speed dating.
Landscaper, LOL. Landscaper. Landscaper. That's kind of funny.
So, John, we talked about that red snapper season coming up, and I don't know that you know this or not, but we do run snapper trips. You got plenty of dates to book them. We would love to get you guys out there, and that's really
what they're being really quiet about is gags. That's like non-existent now.
We've yet to. They
threw out the bones of the red snapper, and they just forgot about the gag tree trimmer.
So I can't recall if we've mentioned it on prior shows or not, but since they've released all this information on all the snapper and all the snapper time, and again, DeSantis has nothing to do with this. He's got the snapper part, whatever, but Noah, who manages the fisheries for for hire and all that good stuff, they have given us June 1st through September 15th, i.e. last year's gag season was September 1st through the 15th, something to that effect. I don't think there's any way in the world they're going to let us have grouper, red
During-
grouper,
yeah,
and red snapper all on the same trip.
No.
I don't, so that's telling me that
The bait and switch is out there with all this red snapper talk because we'll just forget about grouper.
Yep,
Okay?
that
Just-
kinda-
just stop that.
kind of the feeling. And again, don't know anything for sure. Haven't seen anything. This is just the feeling and how all that side works.
So Kenneth, everybody's going to be offshore fishing for red snapper that have a boat big enough to go, but you still got to run. You're still going to run 70 minimum.
I would say, yeah.
I mean,
'cause
you can pick some up in 60, but you're going to run 70, 80, 90 minimum.
Yeah. Sam's out of town right now, but when he gets back next week, we're going to head out and do a little bit of pre-fishing just so we can know
See?
on day one for us,
where
which is
they're
June
at.
1st, go here
Boom.
first, you
Yeah.
know, so. And like anything else as a business, we'll try to go to the closest one we can get. No sense in running any further than we have to. Oh, speaking of Sam, look, bang. There it is. Sorry, the time change is confusing.
Down
Yeah.
at the boil yard closed because they served crappy food and nobody went there and they had enough. So the owner took it back, it's the same owner and he's opening Claudaddy's back up. So same deal, just
Okay.
going back to Claudaddy's.
Oh, all
It
right.
just was boring, no atmosphere, and bad food. Bad.
Boil yard was expensive for
And
what it was.
Bad food.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I tried it twice.
I tried twice. I couldn't do it. Twice. I've
Yeah.
been there and twice I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't go.
But they're out of business now. We're not bashing something. We're not telling you not to go. They're just
I don't think it was sold, Rick. I think the same guy has it and he's just taking it back to Claudaddy's because it just wasn't doing what he was hoping. But I could be wrong. I don't know exactly.
We
that's
prefaced
a story
everything
I
with
heard.
we could be wrong.
Yeah.
We can always be
Yeah.
wrong.
99% of the time I'm right, but there's that 1% chance I'm wrong.
I'd give it good 10%. Just throwing it out there. John, it is time for that Captain's Cove tip of the week. We actually got there today. Andrew was there. Andrew felt fine. Everything lined up. I don't think we've had a Captain's Cove tip of the week for 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, Andrew was sick. Couldn't do it. And then last week, I couldn't get there. So, we're back with the Captain's Cove
Andrew's back.
tip of the week.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, every year as soon as it gets hot, we always do a segment on these little insulated live bait coolers. These things keep the water cool. They got a rechargeable aerator. They'll last for 2 or 3 good fishing trips, daylight till dark for sure. They're super quiet, got 4 or 5 speeds on them. You can always throw a bottle of water in here that's kind of cold or even frozen and keep the lid on it as well to keep the water cool. But this is a great tip and a great something to have on your boat, especially if you don't have a live well. You got one now, it's portable. And I'm Andrew, and that's your Captain's Cove.
Man.
All right. Good job, Andrew.
Those are really
uh,
nice. If you don't have one, you need one.
So water temps are in the 80s, and then are only going to get warmer. I don't see any more cold fronts coming, John. Not any freezes anyway.
Yeah, I don't think we have any cold fronts for a while.
The frozen bottled water is an excellent idea to keep it cool throughout the day. Because it will stay insulated and keep it cool for a little bit, but in the heat of the day,
It
that
doesn't
thing
last
will
that
still
long.
warm up a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you've got just a little frozen bottle of water you can put in there, boom, it'll keep it cold the rest of the day. Those things really, really do work good. Let's see. Just checking up on the comments here. I heard it was sold. Okay. That's where I got food poisoning. It was the crown. I'm telling you, it was the crown.
Tyler still doesn't.
We all told him, don't eat
recognize.
them oysters.
Yeah, yeah.
We all
I was
told
like,
him.
bro, what are you doing? He, yum, 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 yum. Bah.
Oh, my goodness. Chris says he didn't like that place either.
Yeah.
Casey says his Engelbait cooler has survived 3 years of fishing and a boat wreck. All right, there you go.
Now you have to update Captain's Cove's graphics.
I do. They got a new skippity doo dah logo
Yeah.
over there, and I like it. It's a lot more modern. It's got that pop appeal to it. I like it. That's
Nice.
good eye. somebody was paying attention. They might even follow into like the last question, possibly.
Whoa.
Yeah,
The
maybe.
hints.
Maybe.
Hints.
I throw some ice in my live well every so often. So the thing with doing that,
That water's down.
well, not only does it water it down, ice sometimes depends on where you get it. Has bleach in it, chlorines, things like that, and that will kill your
If it's
bait
not
lickety
food
split.
ice. If it's not food grade ice. It does have it in there.
even some of the food grade ice, still has that chlorine or something in it to kill stuff. So take the ice, put it in a Ziploc or something like that, and keep it like that. You'll be good. But yeah, you don't want to
Just toss it in
just
there.
don't want to toss the ice in your water. 9 times out of 10, obviously if you continue to do it, it's still working out for you. But yeah, there's a good chance somebody will do that and their bait's gonna go.
Your bait. Can't breathe. Can't breathe.
And there you go. That's tip number 1 from Weeby Tail live
one.
tonight. Just don't throw ice in your live one.
It's a good one.
You may kill
All your
bait.
baits.
It may. I will tell you, shrimp are a little bit more hardy with that, but if you got like something like pinfish or whatever,
Oh,
it
yeah,
does
they
not take
roll.
much.
They'll roll over, dude.
Yep. Sam likes to. Sam, what is it you like to use, bud? What'd he do? He sprayed something with like a heavy sprocket oil or something like that. On the boat to lube it up. He sprayed, and then he just, I'm gonna rinse my hands off in the live well, and everything went. It's like, you did what?
WD-40.
It was like that, but it was some kind
man.
of sprocket, do whatever, and yeah.
G-juice don't work for shrimp. Just why? Jumpy shrimp.
I will.
Oh man.
I will tell you, it does work for catfish. So we went. I had a Cobia trip on Sunday. So Saturday I went out in the evening to go catch some catfish for bait because a catfish about yay big. Fantastic Cobia bait. It took me 4.5 hours before I finally said I had enough, and I had about 4. This big,
Too big.
caught a lot like this.
Oh, way too
but
big.
but I wanted some about like this.
Way too big. So you put G-juice on them, and they
And
were
I put
happy
G-juice. I put G-juice on them, left them in the live well overnight with the bubbler. I
They were
did throw
happy
a
cats.
frozen bottle of water in on top of them to keep the water cool, overnight, and they were still alive Sunday morning, lasted the day.
Just so you know, there's nothing to kill catfish. So you could have left them in there in bare water, and they'd have been alive in the morning.
Okay, well, that's
Nothing.
good to know. Either way, I stressed over it, John. I
You did?
stressed.
You
Well,
stressed over
took
the
me-
3 catfish you had?
Well, it was 4, but it took me 4.5 hours to get them. So after all that effort, and I got a sunburn, John. I was like, I'm going to go catch catfish. I'll be back in 15 minutes. No. When you want to catch them bastards, you can't get them.
Did you get a cobia bite off one of them?
Nope. Didn't work. Thanks for
Did
bringing that up.
anything else eat them?
Did anything else eat the catfish?
Mm.
No, that's the benefit of using it as bait. Cobia and tarpon, for
That's
those
about
that
all
don't
you're gonna
know,
get it.
will eat.
Yeah, they will eat a catfish in a heartbeat.
catfish. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They like them.
And I do recommend when you catch them, you break the spines off.
Yes.
Don't try to
be a
dick
hero.
around with them, and you'll reach in there later and yeah. So, but to jump ahead, yeah. So we went cobia fishing on Sunday, and in our very first spot, I think we caught a shark on the cut herring that we had, or on herring that we had down, and we caught a stingray on the herring that we had down. Nothing on the catfish. We go to the second spot, and didn't catch a whole lot of nothing. And when you're cobia fishing, at least how we do it, we're cobia fishing. We got 4 rods in the water. Everybody's watching a rod. That's about it. If you get too many lines in the water, the cobia gets on. It's just
It's a
just a
disaster.
mess. It is. But we did finally get a couple of cobia. They weren't the right size, but John and I'm jumping ahead again
Oh, yeah.
for this, But
Sometimes you got to jump ahead.
Yeah. Let's see where we at?
Because we are rhyme or
Boom.
reason.
There we go.
Oh, such a pretty picture.
What's that in his mouth, John?
That don't look like catfish.
That's not a catfish, John. What is that in his mouth, John?
It's a quake bait.
That's right. It's one of them QA
quake
baits. Yeah.
Quake bait. Is that a cobia underneath of him on the left-hand side?
So there were 2 cobia roughly about the same size. We saw them coming up to where we had a topwater catfish out on a cork out there, and they came up to the cork, swam around the cork a little bit, started heading to the boat. I was like, "Give me that little rod real quick," and then off the races. So
It's a lot of fun when you can catch them like that.
I was like, "Here you go, here you go." So we ended up catching that one on the Q8 and followed up the second one that was with it, bit about 2 minutes later on the herring that we had on the bottom. Yeah. So those were, it's the 2 we saw, that's the 2 we caught, and
that was it.
it was. Now, I did find out something pretty cool. You're fishing over structure, and you know how when you're over structure real good, you see all the spade fish coming up to the top of the boat, whatever. And somebody on the boat said, "Those fish are so hard to catch. You need to do this and you need to do that, and whatever." And I went, So I took the Q8 on a jig head and dropped it down a little bit, bounced it twice. Wham! Big fish. That wasn't so hard. Did it again. That wasn't so hard. So then I let everybody take a turn do it a little bit because the fishing was slow until we just decided to give up Cobia and go back on.
Go back to catch the spade fish. So spade fish good to eat. You kept them and cleaned them, right?
No.
They're good to eat, by the way.
Yeah, about as good as that thing that looks just like a cobia.
They're good to eat.
Yeah,
they're good to eat. I'm telling you, eat a spade fish.
You heard it here first.
Save a grunt, eat a spade fish. Telling you.
Yeah,
you'll be doing it. You eat one, you'll be taking more. Ask the Chinese people.
I've heard something that
goes a lot like Ask the Korean people. They'll tell you they are good. Oh, spade fish all taste good.
So I have learned from being all over the world that people have different tastes.
Different taste buds.
I don't like a lot of what they like on certain parts of the world. So so I'm going to ask somebody else if those fish are any good.
Jim Rodriguez says that they are good.
Yep.
And where he from? Korea.
No,
he's
from the Philippines.
Hey, Korea. He's Korean.
You have not been around the world, and this is evident.
I know nothing about where any
John has not been from Levy County.
I'm not very farly traveled. Oh, man.
I seen a school of 500 spade fish the other day. Well, you could have had a blast.
You could have had dinner. Why didn't you catch them, Tyler? You could have had dinner. All you need is a Q8 bait.
If you get bored.
Throw a Q8 bait out.
A little, what's the Q8 bait? Shrimp. Just like that right there.
Just throw that out right there and catch you some spade fish.
on a jig head.
On a jig head.
They will fight for it. They will
Use
fight
the Jim
for it.
jig head and you can catch them up.
That is exactly how we did it. You drop it down in there, you bump it once or twice, and boom.
And it's fish on.
I told the owner, I said, look, they were biting it left to right, but I didn't think spade fish was the fish we'd want to advertise and we're catching a bunch of. But he just thought it was cool that, it was working, So there we go.
Casey, I told you to quit eating tarpon.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, in Cayman Islands, boy caught the tarpon, took it right to the dock, cleaned that thing up, handed it out to 15 people.
Everywhere else in the world,
everywhere eat tarpon. They don't throw them back.
In third world countries, people are starving. They eat anything they catch.
Only in America do we throw the tarpon back.
Yeah. Yep. Because we got to save the world, John.
Hey, Tyler caught him on a cold spoon. They'll eat anything. They will.
All right. So, John, we were just talking about Captain's Cove, tip of the week. Captain's Cove had that Cobia tournament going on, and big shout out to Captain Will. He won it with a 37-pound critter right there, and that is a nice Cobia that would have liked to stuck one of those myself. Still not too late. Still could stick one.
Oh, they're still around.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going nowhere. They're just coming through in waves is the way they do.
They do.
Yeah.
But I guess Captain's Cove tournament ended on the day of the Habitat for Humanity tournament thing there, whatever. So I was like, it's not through the weekend, which it wouldn't have mattered. We had shorties.
Tommy
Tommy was upset. He's like, I wanted to do it. Hence my new my new cap. What do y'all think about that? The native nautical mailbox cap right there. Yeah. It's a hammerhead shark.
It's a hammerhead.
Yeah, see?
Hammerhead native.
Yeah. It's one of them goofy flat bills, but I'm trying to get it to
You're
behave.
trying to change it.
It wants to be flat. I keep bending it and it'll go. And
First
and I
it
don't
starts
have
with a flat brim hat, then the next thing you know, Eric's truck will be sitting like this.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my gosh, that's all it takes right there to ruin the whole deal, man. It's the Shasty McBlasty.
We talked about it as well. Jim's Jigs, large and in charge over there at Captain's Cove.
Top shelf.
Right there
They're
on the
very top
shelf. So, John, if you've never seen our show before, explain to the people at home exactly what a Captain's Corner is.
Film like this.
Oh, your thing is green.
Yeah,
It disappeared.
Film like this.
Mm-hmm.
And go out there fishing and do like Jessica does or Dale does. And film yourself and talk about what you caught and how much fun you're having and all the glorious things that you do when you're fishing. And then send it in to Eric and he'll make you YouTube famous.
Any of those will do right there. But yeah, we just want to know, what you caught it on, the vicinity, the area you were in. We don't want your, exact spot. I mean, if you want to send it to
weirdo.
me, that's fine. Yep.
I bend it further.
It like I said, it wants to keep going back. I'm gonna have to get the baseball and a rubber band or whatever and hold it up, put it in the oven overnight or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, your truck will be jacked up in the front, dragging tail out there in the parking lot. Well, to keep that flat build stuff up.
It already looks like that when I'm pulling my boat. My truck's more of a comfort truck than it is a towing truck. So them shocks
it owes you money. Piece of crap hat. That's $300, you piece of crap hat. Now bid.
Well, we've got, like I said, 4 flat Captain's Corners tonight.
Beardo.
We're gonna start with the first one from Jessica.
Wow.
Jessica, coming out of Chad's and coming high tide at 7:30 tonight. Went out with Joe yesterday. Caught some nice snook yesterday, some reds. This is the second red, been out about an hour. Q8s all the way.
All right, good job.
Jessica,
I hate to keep beating that horse, but Q8.
Q8.
She
it's
caught
in the house. It's also in the fish.
She caught it on a Q8.
Q8's in the house.
All right, and I don't know if this is the same trip or not, but this is James right here. Let's see what he.
James, Captain's Corner. We just got out here. We're fishing in super shallow water right here in this back. And I seen this thing about 3 feet off the boat and tossed black Q8 to it. I'd show it to you, but it's way down there. Oh no, it's right there.
Right there.
She spit it. Look at this thing. Beautiful fish. Sight casted about 3 feet away. Tie lines, guys.
Oh, John, I think that's what they call one of them fat snooks, that species. You see how wide he was? That was a fat snook.
That was a fatty. That was fat
But I like that. Q8. It's so deep. It's so deep it's on the deck.
Shoot.
Correction. Flat-brimmed beardo. There we go. All right. Dale, I'm a little disappointed, though. We haven't got one from Dale in quite some time. Dale was like really getting into these Captain's Corners. I don't think Dale fishes anymore.
I think he retired from fishing.
Did he? He gave up on fishing?
He's retired.
Okay. All right.
He sits in the chair. Denise passed me a beer.
Yeah.
And give me a stuff.
You think she gets him a beer?
No. No.
All right. Next up, we've got Doug. Let's see what Doug's got to say.
Hey guys, this is Doug Wlasiuk, Team State Farm, out here today catching some beautiful big uglies. This one is just about 36 inches, 36 and a half, I think. Using Captain's Cove shrimp. It is Thursday. We're just tucked in the back trying to stay out of the wind, but this is making it worth it. Tight lines, guys.
Nice filming.
That was almost getting to Dale quality. You know, did you? It was clear. It was nice.
She said Dale's working. What?
Dale had to go back to the JOB.
What?
Unless Dale's just doing the knife sharpening thing, which, if you guys don't know, Dale does sharpen knives, fillet knives, any kind of knives, scissors, axes. He does all that good stuff. So, want to get your stuff sharpened? Look up Dale. He's right there. Yeah. Right about there.
Yeah, right there.
Dale says, I've been bad. James had a spitter. Okay.
Hey, it didn't spit till it got in the boat, so it did
That's
everything
perfectly
right.
acceptable.
That's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We froze for a second. Hopefully we're all good. All right, John, we got one more. Here is what should have been Lane, but turned into Chris. Here we go.
Good evening, guys. Chris Grebner. This is Lane Shaw's third place fish for the Missy King tournament. I couldn't catch my own. And she didn't want to do the corner, so here it is. Caught it early this morning. Shrimp, jighead, Yankee Town. Tight lines, guys.
Chris, everybody else's fish were so alive and yours is so dead.
I don't know why you pulled yours out of the freezer.
Yeah, that thing was
I know you
board.
said you caught that or she caught it first cast, but I mean,
Yeah.
Dude, it looked like you pulled that thing out of the freezer.
That thing was
we
rock
caught
solid.
this thing first
Yep.
cast.
At least he didn't do like that guy did. Oh, it's still alive.
Yeah.
Oh. And it floats like this to the bottom.
His acting skills were not
terrible.
but congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Lane.
So
I know
that was a
fantastic
third
fish.
place
Yep.
winner there in the old
It was,
tournament. And they held first till the very end, and then two people brought in. And that's what sucks. You know, you hold that first place spot, and you hope nobody else comes in, and then
Well,
two losers come in and beat you.
Well, I'm not going to lie. We had that discussion on the show, was it last
Yeah.
week, even about,
time.
You can, timings,
Yeah,
it's
you can
all in the
mess up.
timing. If you've got a good one, you might want to go ahead and get it in there, because if somebody ties, then the first one in's going to get it. So,
Yeah.
sorry, no drill, doctor. Okay. Do you know what that one means?
I was tired, and it was her first cast. So, in other words, Chris didn't want to net a fish that fast out of the gate. Chris is like, "What do you mean you're hooked up to a 27 already, baby? We just got here."
We just got
Yeah,
here.
we just got here. What are you doing? Oh, man.
All right, John, time to talk about Bonnie with State Farm. If you haven't given Bonnie a call yet for a quote, give her a call at 352-484-0905. Bonnie or any one of her very capable staff over there will be able to help you out. We know that, kind of preaching to the choir, being as that almost all of our tailors are with Bonnie now. But if you know somebody who
That's
knows
right.
somebody, tell them, give Bonnie a
State
call.
farmer.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be a farmer.
You got to get under that little umbrella,
Get
and
under
get
the
in there
umbrella of the
close
State
and be
Farmers.
protected.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to read Casey's comment. Okay, Dale, you only sharpen blades, or can you do drill bits too? Okay, there we go. All right, see, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
We get lost in the comments sometimes.
No drill doctor.
Yep. So, Bonnie has one of these little tourneys coming up down the road a touch.
I think it's open
Saturday,
now
November 8th.
to join now, right? I think the thing is, there was a text today, maybe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think they can start signing up.
So, Fishing for Freedom tournament. This will be the third one, Saturday,
big.
November 8th.
It's going to be big.
Make sure you clear
Yep.
the calendar.
It's going to be big. I've already knocked my days off. I'm ready.
I don't think it's going to be as big as the first annual We Be Tailing Kitty Rod tournament. I don't think it'll be that big, but
That was a
it's
big one.
going to be. She's going to
That
have a
was
good
big
one.
one.
But
it's going to be big.
But I don't think anything's going to be able to top our kiddie pool
Yeah,
tournament.
that was
we
a
do
tough
have
one.
that. You know,
that was a tough one.
because that tournament's going to be so good. So big.
big.
Everybody is going to want to participate in the Wee Bee Taylor and Kitty Pole tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes, registration is open.
See there, I'm paying attention.
There we go.
John's paying attention.
Question number 2 answered tonight.
Yep.
You know, and I think both of them have been
Good
legitimate
questions.
answers so far.
Legitimate questions to good answers, and we've been right on both of them.
Yeah. Look, even Donna's trying to help out.
Donna's like,
Thank you,
know,
Donna.
he doesn't sharpen drill bits. He's a knife man.
And from what I've heard, he does a very good job and very reasonable in prices. And Dale, don't be afraid to put, where you're at when you're there and all that good stuff on it. Because, anything we can do to help you guys out, that is what you need to do. So, but when's it happening? Well, see, we have to check in with so many people to verify that we get an open date. To make it happen. Yeah, because we want it to be big. We want it to be the best, the greatest thing ever. We want it to be like that,
Yeah.
And we don't want to have it when there's 4 other tournaments going on, So, and plus, we got to have super prizes, super the best, so we gotta start acquiring that, right after the summer bash, because we gotta, kind of collect for that first, I'm going to have to add floats to take riders. I just don't know. No, John.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
What is he talking about?
No idea.
Gonna have to add floats to his boat to take riders? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Where's he taking the riders?
I don't know.
What kind of riders?
I don't know.
What's he talking about? Has he
clue.
been into the has he been into the firewater?
I don't know. Yep.
Chris drinking firewater?
I don't know, John, but you know what? Not this weekend.
But next weekend.
But next weekend, we are headed to St. Augustine, boys and girls, for the Florida Redfish Series. I'm excited about it because I still got a bad taste in my mouth from Cedar Key. Cedar Key left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we got to redeem ourselves, John.
Head Snoopy rod. 8 ounce, 16 strand, braid with 4 ounce holiday care leader.
Hollow core leader.
4 ounce hollow core leader. That's got a easy breaking point. 4 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
And an extra cooler.
We gotta get your eyes fixed.
We got cooler.
we got to get your eyes fixed.
Crown piece will wash that bad taste out.
Now, John, I know we jumped ahead. We showed the Cobia with a Q8 in it, but the Q8 super baits, like I said, that bullet in the multiple colors that they come in, seem to be doing well. We like the white that you see there. The purple's obviously working well. It looks like Jessica's liking black over there in the Chaz. It's awesome, guys. I can't talk enough about it. And if you haven't seen it, Q8 sat down with me a couple months ago and we filmed call it a commercial, a promotional spot for the bait. And if you haven't seen it, that is out on YouTube. The full thing's like 5 minutes. Go check it out. They actually did a really good job. It's hard to make me look good, and I think they did a pretty good job. But go check it out. Pretty nice. Pretty cool little video. We figured we'd just tell you to go see it versus making you watch it here. Everybody just go mix drinks or something while that was going on. But check it out. Hit the like button, all that good stuff. It's a good little video.
As much as we talk about Crown on our show, we should have a sponsorship for Crown.
We should. Because I don't normally like Crown, but oh, where did it go?
Are you drinking Crown?
No, but I had that bottle of the caramel stuff. Yeah, and I was like, ain't bad.
Tyler's got caramel.
That bottle went pretty quick.
Oh, shoot.
For not being a Crown man. John, tonight, Sonny's barbecue. You're getting some certificates tonight. Yeah, Josh and Melissa McCall, they come up and made a special delivery. We do have certificates again, so you will be getting 2 certificates for entrees. Yeah, at the Sonny's barbecue. Yeah,
real Sonny's.
Yeah. Let's see. Crown with Sprite, he says. Okay, yeah. Chris knows what's up. All right. Chris, I drink Crown with Sprite. Yeah, I think everybody just drinks Crown with anything. Just drink Crown.
Just put Crown in. It's all good. It'll kill it.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so John spotted by it, and we're gonna get to some quick questions here. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there it is.
Look how much better that
there
fish
it
looks
is.
there.
There it is. I know that spot.
That fish looks alive right there.
I know.
But
Wait a minute.
But that's Lane.
Spot. I know that.
You know that spot?
Yeah, I do.
That's Lane's spot.
I know.
Yeah.
But I know that spot.
Then we spotted Laura right there. And then we spotted Rick. How about that? Now,
Look at the rod in the background going off.
I see that, but John, what's Rick doing to you there?
He's winking at me.
He is, yeah. Are you guys going to reestablish the bond that you had at the last party?
Yes, I will reestablish the bond with Rick at the party.
What was that? Was that the last party you guys had that bond,
yes.
or
We had
was it the party
bond,
before
yeah.
that?
I'm gonna wear my thong for Rick, just for Rick.
Just for Rick.
Yep.
All right.
And you can play the thong song.
I have it. I think.
You do you? It's on the list.
If not, I'll get it.
All right. Thong, 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 thong.
Yeah. Yep. Crown is best with ginger ale.
Oh,
wow.
we got a crown argument going.
I like a rye with ginger ale. It has just a bite that you're like,
rye.
Oh yeah.
What's rye?
Yeah. It's a harsh kind of whiskey. Yeah.
That does not sound good at all.
It is a rye.
That's like eating roast beef on a rye.
Okay. So American Pie. You know the song.
American Pie.
We drove the Chevy to the levee, and the levee was dry. What were the good old boys drinking?
Whiskey and rye.
There you go.
These will be the day that I die.
Yeah. There you go. So a little ginger ale, a little bit of rye. Well,
ginger ale.
Yep.
What's rye? Is it whiskey?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Rye is whiskey. I've never heard of rye.
Yeah.
Heard of it. I've never heard of it.
It's got a bite.
Like Clear Spring, 180 Clear Spring.
Ooh. No. The rye has like a bite, not a burn. No, it has like a snapdragon.
Then there's 150 gin. Ooh.
Chris says that's a snag in the background in Rick's picture.
That's a snag. That's funny. A snag. We got us a snag.
Yeah, we're stuck on the bottom in the back of the boat.
We weren't
get the picture.
That was where he took the trolling motor, turned the boat towards the sun, and it snagged. Someone drove that car through the storefront.
Fixing it now.
We had a car go through our storefront.
You guys did.
Yeah.
It took a long time.
It took a long time to fix it.
Crown is best by itself. Okay.
Crown sponsor on my jersey next year. By default.
Nice.
Oh, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We be tailing. We're going to take your questions. You've got questions. We've got answers. The answers may not be correct. They might not even be close to right, but we will try our best to
questions.
Answer your question. There's no such thing as a dumb question.
LMAO stands for laughing my ass off.
There you go. That's the third question answer tonight.
That's
It's
right.
absolutely
It's
cold.
100% correct.
Yep. There you go.
Ain't no questions. We are sponsored by
There we go.
Shasty Nasty Fishing.
So I know Rick wanted us to talk a little bit about inshore fishing. And, he said his favorite spots were no bueno. Why do you think that was, John?
Because the water's hot.
Water's hot. We've had a little bit of, not a lot, but there's a little bit of, we've had that, a little bit of inflection of the freshwater rain, come through. And the moon been a little squirrely.
The moon's been way squirrely.
Now,
the tides have been squirrely too.
I call it a half moon, but there's a technical term for it. But I think that might have had a little thing squirrely as well, So, again, when your best spots aren't working,
to another spot.
You keep going. Yeah, that's, again, if you've only got a handful of spots and they're not working, that's when you got to waste that gas and go look, because we're still kind of in transition. There's a lot of big fish still in the back that haven't come out yet, but there's also a lot of fish, creek mouths just outside. Some of them are starting to work out to the spoil islands and, some of that outside stuff as well. Crystal River, the summertime pattern, it's showing up. It's that time of the year. My engine choked down not overheated, but got the overheat alarm, just
Grass.
running out because of the grass. So that's all starting to come up and kick up again. So there's things going on, everything's just kind of in transition.
The best way to hide the money that you spent on new gear, Chris, is deny. If she says, did you buy a new rod? Nope, wasn't me. She says, do you buy a new reel? Nope, wasn't me. She said, I saw you shopping in the digs. Nope, wasn't me.
Nope. There's a lot of people that look like us, Chris.
That's right.
That bald head goatee thing, it was somebody else.
You deny.
It's always, I've had that for years. It's never new. I've had that for years.
That's right. Yeah, I've had that.
I've had
just
that.
took it out of the garage.
I've had that. That's been in the garage. Yeah, I just took the tag off. I've had
That's
that.
right. That works great. You got to have backup gear, Chris. So, I just pulled one out of the back.
Tips for catching quality mangroves. Okay. Location.
Chum.
So, you want to be, there you go. You want to be in a spot that there are quality mangroves there. There's a lot of times in places that you're fishing in an area and they don't have big mangroves. You're catching mangroves or you're getting picked off by mangroves, but there may not be a large mangrove there, So, like John said, kind of chum heavy. Go as light as you possibly can, fishing for the mangroves, i.e. long leader lines, as thin as you can go,
And
as light as you can go.
Buy those tiny little jigs.
So those mustad, tiny little weight on a tiny little hooks. I know they call it like a yellow snapper jig or something like that, a yellowtail snapper jig, something like that. But they're small. You can use that. That works out really well. All right. Let's see.
Christy, I like your style.
Let's see. Crystal River to Homosassa is a lot of spots. One and done. Well,
Rick ain't riding around.
Yeah, I guess
Rick ain't riding around.
Yes, that's why your spot sucked. You waited all day in that one spot.
Rick ain't riding around. and Jessica just goes into the garage where she has her own tackle supply depot and grabs something new. So she doesn't even have to shop.
Chris says, just say Eric gave it to me.
I want it on We Be Tailing. That's of course you use that excuse. We'll take the blame.
Throw your receipts away. That's right. Let's see. Exactly, Tyler. Lane deserves better fishing gear since she catches the tournament winners.
Very true.
Oh,
yeah,
snap!
Very true. Very true. She's not going to complain if you go out and buy her the best and you just get the rest.
Sure. Yep. Jessica, I usually pick out the most expensive.
Doesn't every woman?
So, and I give it to you. You guys will absolutely know nothing, and just as an example of what the subject matter may be, but you have a knack of walking up to something, looking at it, and going, I want this one, without even looking at the price. Yeah. And I guarantee it's the most expensive thing on the rack. I like this rod.
Whoa, put that down.
Like, whoa. Put it back gently.
Put that back down. Do not pick that up again. Shame on you.
Yeah. Oh, Are these twin powers any good?
Yeah.
I really like this one.
What does Stella mean? This one goes backwards. No, stop.
I heard and I'm throwing them under the bus. I'm not going to mention any names, but I was fishing with somebody this past week. And when they had bigger fish on, they said, when I go to reel backwards, the reel won't reel backwards. Mm-hmm. That just unscrews the handle. When I go to reel backwards, it won't reel.
Hey, what's wrong with this? It's like, oh, no. I think the cap just fell in the water. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, mercy.
Most expensive, and it works. That's usually the way that it works, Christy.
Yep.
Oh, man.
All right, we got it. I know you guys have had time to prepare. Let's have some questions. There's a lot of good statements in there, but let's have some questions. Thomas had a good one. That was a legit question. I think we gave him a legit answer.
We did.
Chris's question.
Turn it around. Turn it around. This real shit. Turn it around. Turn it around.
That's awful. That's awful.
Awful but true.
Yep. So again, Summer Bash, June 28th. You know, we'll be hitting up a lot of our sponsors, trying to get you guys some good things to take home with you that night. You know.
Maybe Tyler will donate some Crown, since how he's sponsored by Crown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe Tyler will do like a house inspection.
Whoa! Whoa!
Or a
free
bug,
pest control.
bug pest control.
A free pest
something.
control
Yeah,
spraying.
Yeah.
A free tinting.
At least maybe like 10% off.
Yeah. He can tint a home. full on kill of the termite kill.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear about the new termite that bred the other termite, and now they've got a super termite down south?
Florida. Why wouldn't we have something like that?
Yep.
You know what'll get it? The killer bees, the killer hornets,
Oh, yeah,
killer
really.
whatever. You know that'll eat them. Caught some triggers.
Oh,
last
so you just
trip.
use a small long shank hook with a small piece of shrimp and drop that sucker down and hold on and go fishing in Destin. There's your tip on that.
It doesn't even necessarily have to be shrimp. That's the benefit of the triggers. The triggers will eat anything that you drop down there. But use the long shank hook because they are very toothy and they will break through your line and or bite through your hook at some points or another. But make sure if you're looking to keep them that they are in season. The season on triggers is
Be
very
careful.
short.
It's a 1 monther.
It's a shorty. Yep. But good question, Thomas.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's almost like he was spitting the drink out of his mouth.
Round. Whoa. I think that whole shot went flying. Whoa.
All right. So Tyler may not be tenting anybody's house for the for the upcoming party, but you don't know if you don't ask, right?
Somebody I know has a termite problem, Tyler. You need to go tent that bad boy. Before there's nothing left of it.
Let's see. Other things coming up. Like I said, red snapper season's coming up. Chum heavy, have lots of bait. They do like a variety. They do get a little
I think Andrew wasn't even watching these.
Andrew will see that tomorrow and be like, what?
Wait a minute. Whoa.
So, yeah, the red snapper will sometimes get finicky, whereas if you're dropping, like, say, herring for bait, and you catch one or two off those herring, all of a sudden you don't catch any more, but you happen to have some of the Boston Mac, they like that Boston Mac. They like it a lot. I know it's high, but they like that Boston Mac.
Another thing they like a lot is if you take a pinfish and you cut it in half, take a live pinfish, cut it in half so that it's still quivering, and use the guts, leave them in there, and free line that back, and you'll whop one too when they quit.
Yep. But like I said, you want to be careful of a lot of that though, because you're going to catch one or two red snapper, and the sharks are going to be there.
They're going to be there. You want to hit and move.
You want to kind of chum just enough.
Chum gently. Chum gently.
So, because the sharks will definitely be out there. Seeing Cobia much, not hearing much from the guys. So, not going to say
they're not here yet.
It was late, because there were some decent ones caught, but they're either thin this year or they're not here yet. One of the two.
Cobia. We need to ban Cobia for 40 years.
Noah watches this crap.
I know. 85 inches to the fork. They got to be 85 inches to the fork, and you can keep none.
Yep.
Okay. You can keep none.
All right. Well, John, I guess we will we'll show you what you're going to win tonight, because tonight's question's also going to be a lesson. So,
lesson question.
Yep. So go ahead.
Sending them to the back. Look at this: Q8, Sonny's, and Jim's Jigs. There you go. That's like a three-per.
Yep.
And then there's this funny-looking hat.
There's a good-looking hat there from Captain's Cove.
Right.
Those are in Captain's Cove right now.
Funny-looking hat.
Yeah. Red fish.
And, you got to have you some stuff that we were just talking about to make the fish come in, whether you're fishing for mangroves, red snapper, or sharks.
Yep. And we are going to have some Snapper Up delivered here before too long. So we'll be giving away some Snapper Up as well for the season coming. We caught some cobia a few weeks ago at places mentioned on the show. We've never told you where to fish. What are you talking about?
Talking about there, Thomas Holiday? I don't think so. Not on this show.
We tell you to go to the points.
That's right.
We don't say what points. We just say go to the points.
Points. We did not point to the points. Which points? What points? That's funny.
It is. That's funny. But all right, John, you guys know how we do it. We are going to ask a question. I've got 5 sheets of paper right here. The first 5 right answers we see.
Going to the new logo, Captain's Cove.
No, that's still the old logo. I'm trying to get good logo placement, though. There we go. Gonna go to the Captain's Cove bucket. We'll have a new sticker on there for too long, and yeah, we'll pick we'll pick a winner, and whoever we pick, goes home with a nice package. Nice package. All right. Tonight's question, kind of a lesson after we get the right answer, but it's a good question. You ready for this, John? I'm going to get us on this page so we can see the answers a little bit better. And here we go. All right. Tonight's question. The Great Red Snapper Count performed by the Hart Research Institute in 2017 stated the estimate of red snapper in the Gulf of Mexico at the time. What was that estimated number? Again, the Great Red Snapper Count performed by the Hart Research Institute in 2017 stated the estimate of the red snapper in the Gulf of Mexico. What was that estimated number?
How could they come up with that number? I'm serious. How?
I'm going to give you a lesson, and you will be very perplexed here in a little bit. Yep. All right. So, Kev Dog, you are not correct.
33 red snapper in the Gulf of Mexico. Yes.
Yep.
Tyler went with him because he was sure he was right.
Yeah. Wow. We're there we go.
People copying people.
It is this number. Make sure you're looking at the right number here, John. This one.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I said Kev Dog.
Okay. So okay. All right. Yeah. Just making sure because there's a number up there that is not correct that keeps coming up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Chris was first. Kev Dog is second. And then Tyler. Tyler right there.
Yeah.
And then Kev Dog right there.
Okay.
I'm just copying. No time for Google.
No time for Google. Let's see. So, all right. So we've got one. Okay.
And Denise.
All right. Here we go. All right.
No time for Googling.
So, in 2017, let me go back to my thing here. In 2017, the Hart Research Institute, this kind of took 3 years to get done. So 2017 is when they kind of put their results forth out. And they came up with 118 million snapper in the Gulf of Mexico. That's the whole Gulf. We're not just talking about our area, Florida. We're talking about the whole Gulf of America. Now, that was in 2017.
What happens in 2020 when one of them got 8?
Okay, so in 2017, NOAA's studies stated that there were how many, do you think?
According to NOAA, probably 7.
So according to NOAA studies, NOAA had 34 or 36 million red snapper were in the Gulf of Mexico.
See?
That was their number. Now, it took NOAA until the end of 2021 to implement that number into their
system.
system the way that they do things.
Yeah.
So it took 3 years for them to even consider that study.
Wow.
Now, NOAA uses studies looking in, according to the data that everything was said, on closer spots, closer structure, closer things that were closer to shore.
It's not where red snapper
That's not
hang
where
out
red
at.
snapper are at. I mean, you got some there, but it's minimal. And
Minimal.
This is NOAA again. You're ones controlling all your federal fishing.
Yeah. Yep.
In 2021, when they finally considered those 118 millions to be put into their thing, do you think the number and everything went up?
Nope. It
No,
went down.
they said because if they made that number go up, John, that the ones that were in close would get devastated, and those fish would be gone for the ones that were in close.
Wow.
So there again,
And people put faith into NOAA, which is an absolute joke.
they do, and in this study, they determined where they found this fish is in undetermined areas, which were, quote unquote, out deep, John. They were out deep. Where a red snapper live. Yep. So
imagine that one.
Yep. So that and again, that was 2017, 21 before NOAA even paid it any attention, and now here we are in 2025. So it is a very, very slow process.
Well, you know where they look for the trout? 250 foot away. Now there ain't no trout.
That's where the big ones are at.
Yeah, the big ones. The big trouts.
All right,
Wow.
there we go. So
got some fine people in charge of these things. I tell you, they're really good at what they do.
I just thought that was very
informational.
interesting,
That's
and just that was good to pass off.
That's very good. To pass on.
And that is anything you can go look it up. Go look up the Great Redfish Count. Go look it up. It's
the Great
it's there.
Redfish Count.
All right. So who's in the bucket? We got Casey's in the bucket. We got Kev Dog is in the bucket. Denise is in the bucket. Tyler is in the bucket. And Chris is in the bucket. Who's going to win this prize tonight, John?
The person that I choose. That's who's going to win it tonight. The person that I choose.
All right.
And tonight, I like... Seems kind of weird to say it when a guy likes a guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you like his cousin.
I do like his cousin. His cousin, Cutie. Tyler is the winner.
Congratulations. That's like 2 in a month or something for Tyler.
Tyler's
2 in
won
a few
couple
weeks.
times. Tyler's my
like
new
that.
Jessica.
I'm going to have to start drawing. If Tyler's going to win, I'm going to have her to be in the bucket. I'm going to have to start drawing. I could have swore that 2.
According to NOAA, you probably would have been right.
Yep. So, I mean, how far skewed is that? That's
pretty far skewed.
Now, they spent 3 years in this study. They did from divers to ROVs. I mean, they put a lot of effort into it.
Into actually counting the fish. Imagine
it was
that
a 3-year study, and was completed in 2017. So, I mean, it was something thorough. But, to be, 90-something million off, and nobody's going to know the exact number anyway. But, I mean, when you're in all estimates, I mean, that was really bad, Noah.
Are you serious, Tyler? We're supposed to give this to Casey?
Dang that. Give it to Casey. Okay. Tyler, you're going to have to verify in the comments that that's
means.
what we're doing. Because we get lost in the comments.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what we're giving to Casey here.
So, all right.
He doesn't want a brimmed hat, I take it. Tyler don't?
Tyler wears that crap.
I know he does.
Yeah.
He's gangster.
Like I said, that one Captain's Cove hat, I wanted to get it, and I put it on, and
he said, give it to Casey. You're the winner.
All right. Well, congratulations, Casey.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah. Pull Casey's name out so we put it in the right thing.
And tonight's winner is Casey. How about that?
Just in case anybody ever goes back in time and looks and verifies. Yep. Awesome of you, Tyler.
He's got the hat. He bought the hat. That's why he said give it to Casey. Our flat brim boy already bought that.
He's our
All right, so our new winner with $40 worth of with Sonny, some Jigs, Q8 baits, and some chum is Casey.
There you go. All right. Well, John, we've done it again. We've got to the end of another one.
Oh my gosh, man.
We Be Tailing is brought to you by Shasty McNasty Fishing.
Captain's Cove Outfitters with a new emblem.
Jim's Jigs.
On top rope. Filletzall Blades, cut through everything.
Aquatic Nutrition.
Come up everything. Q8 Baits, catch everything.
There you go. Karrie's Custom Rods.
Catch everything. Body with State Farm, you better get it.
Native Nautical Mailboxes.
I'm going to buy something from them. Salt Life, Dead Life.
Power Pole.
Put your boat in the spot. Sea Bass Weldings, put your boats back together. Ask Tyler.
Sonny's Barbecue.
It feeds you. Hippo Head Odell sleeps you.
There you go. All right. Peace out. We'll see y'all next week.